Okay, stream's looking okay. Let's check. Did that work? Hmm. Check the stream quality. And that's looking okay, I guess. Okay, let's start. So I'll be continuing from my core quest. So I think I stopped just after finding out that the Fatui were looking for trouble somewhere in a certain ruin that Ningguang gave tips to. And we're just gonna head there. So we're gonna meet Zhongli, and I forgot what exactly what we were supposed to do when we meet him. I think it was to do ritual, right? I forgot. It's been a while, but I don't really fully remember. But it has to do with a ritual, and my characters are dying. Oh, I didn't know that was an enemy. Falling asleep. I'm just gonna heal up my characters because I was doing some bounties earlier, and it was the hardest bounty, the 5-star one, and that was a lot of damage.
Someone needs assistance.
It was those flying ruin gods, and you can't even, my Noelle can't even damage it using her ult because it was immune, and there's other like factors to that. Anyway,
someone needs assistance.
We're just gonna up to the area while gathering as we pass, gathering stuff as we.
Someone needs assistance.
Right, good. Gonna
leave it all to me.
Heal up. Actually, I'm not using my running team. Okay. Switch to my running team so that it's quicker and uses less stamina. Okay, Zhongli is there. Actually, that was my mic. No, it's fine. And I have to make sure that I reset this for by 30 minutes, I think, or 1 hour. Anyway, I'll just probably reset this after an hour.
Right on time. I myself only arrived moments ago.
I really like Zhongli's voice. It's kind of like oldish sounding, but kind of attractive to it.
Did you enjoy your visit to the Jade Chamber?
It was so big and
pretty
and
expensive.
Paimon's never seen such a fancy schmancy place before.
Paimon's voice is so cute in English.
Indeed. It's second to none in all of Liyue.
Quite like when they did the dub and the voice acting for the English, it's quite nice because it suits well with the character, not like some anime where they voice act certain characters and they sound awful. But this one really suits their character. Like, quite surprising how well they voice acted the characters here. But yeah.
Then you met with Ningguang, I trust? What did you talk about with her?
She's super rich and so generous.
business people is
I think
friendly.
she's very friendly. Yeah, his take on Ningguang is quite different from Paimon's. He
You know.
thinks that even the tactless Yuheng is more trustworthy than her.
Tactless you.
Oh,
Qixing.
so you also met with Qixing then? What did she have to say?
She said the time of the Adepti has
Long
long
past.
passed.
Even
If
if the
even
Lure,
Liu and
Qixing
Qixing don't want to face that
face
truth,
the truth,
then
then what future is it there for Lure?
No respect for the divine. Indeed, contrary to the ever-bold Qixing, Ningguang is more of a businesswoman at heart, though they are both members of the Qixing.
Yeah.
Although she's friendly, there's no way of clearly discerning her true
Yeah.
intentions.
Ningguang is very ambitious.
Yes, she has only relied on herself to rise to her current position. No ordinary person could ever achieve that. It's said that she's the one behind the constant expansion of the Jade
Yeah.
Chamber.
Second
It's the second most important thing to her.
Ooh.
Even if she ever gave up the position of Tianquan, she would never give up the Jade Chamber.
The Jade Chamber is only second. What's the most important thing to her then?
Her position?
Why, Mora, of course.
No surprises there.
All Ningguang talked about was the Fatui this and the Fatui that. She said that after Rex Lapis was murdered, the Fatui have constantly been trying to sink their fingers into Liyue,
Liyue.
and that they aren't to be trusted.
That is how the Fatui have always been. It doesn't surprise me in the least.
Oh, now they're trying to reproduce the seagull Ijil or permissive.
No matter what they may be planning, you must be careful when dealing with the Fatui. Always be on your guard.
So, is there anything we need to get for the rite of parting in Dihua Marsh?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is. Today, we'll be gathering wild glaze lilies.
Glaze lilies.
Glaze lilies? But why did we come all the way out here? Doesn't the garden in Yujing Terrace have some? Even Qingsa Village has glaze lilies.
Yeah.
Oh, right! Paimon remembers that Madame Ping is always tending to flowers. Maybe we could ask her.
No, those lilies have all been gardened by people. They won't do it all.
It has to be specific and unspoiled by human interaction or something.
Dihua Marsh used to be full of glaze lilies. It is a sort of joyful flower that listens to human song. Before the Archon War, Dihua Marsh was all dry land and fertile soil. But the war caused landslides, and the land was flooded, turning it into the marsh you see now. Nearly all the glaze lilies were wiped out.
Quite interesting.
Of course, there are some kinds of flowers that have been preserved and gardened by people in the city. But very few people know that glaze lilies may still be found in the wild. Wild glaze lilies have the strongest fragrance. If we want to follow the true tradition of the rite of parting, we must grind up the wild lilies and place the powder in a censer of everlasting incense.
Interesting.
But I'll need your assistance in gathering these flowers. No, I need you to sing to them. Singing to the flowers will make them more fragrant.
Who's gonna sing? Paimon?
So how good is your singing?
Well, personally, I can sing, but I'm not pro. I'm just gonna say I'm not pro.
Why doesn't Paimon believe you?
We'll only know once he starts singing.
Right. Let's go. Let's find it. Ooh, I can see it.
It's time to sing whenever you're ready.
No! This is Barbara's song. This is so funny.
What happened? These flowers are jumping. They look really angry. Is it because you sang a song to Mondstadt that they don't understand here
Alright, let's do this. No, I can't hit them with ice. I mean, yeah, ice. Fire. Hoping I can ice them so that my damage is increased, but it seems it doesn't work.
Absorption test. Animal test 6308. Absorption test.
I forgot to switch. There you go.
Barbados, guide us.
Then this, and then this. This running team doesn't have a DPS, dude. Sucks. Because, I mean, Amber can hit well, but her utility, I mean, artifacts are incomplete, and not all of it is like optimized. My Jean doesn't have a weapon. She has levels, but doesn't have a weapon, so it doesn't work. Alright, let's get that one. Why is that different? It's not showing her health. Just need, yeah. Need, what do you call this? Particles, so that I can regenerate this. And ult, so I can heal everyone. Oh, she exploded. I'm trapped. Alright, let's do this quick. And my stream is failing. Ah!
Bet you can't keep up with Get.
Stream's acting weird again. Need to check it after this. Right, die already. I don't have health. I don't know how much health you have. Right, come on. I'm dead.
Those weren't glaze lilies. Glaze lilies wouldn't hit people.
This little monster is known as a whopper flower.
Yeah.
Strange. These petals look interesting. The glaze lilies used as a disguise were buried with the whopper flower for too long. The result seems to have surprisingly potent medicinal value. Let's collect what we can of these petals.
Well, that's nice and all, but will those petals be useful for the rite of parting?
Unfortunately, no.
That's so lame. Excuse me.
Ooh, that demon-looking girl.
Are you searching for glaze lilies?
Can you? Yeah.
Oh, hey! It's... What's-her-face? Hello, traveler. I'm surprised you still remember my name.
Ooh, we always never forget Qixing.
That reminds me. How was your visit to the Jade Chamber? Well, it sure would have been better if you told us how to get up there.
She's an ice, I think. Cryo. You can barely see it, but there's like a cryo icon in this vision here.
Didn't I tell you the way? Surely I did. Nope. We
Nope.
found the way on our own.
It isn't secret, so I guess it was your fault for not asking.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. I guess I really did forget to tell them. Something seems a little off about Ganyu. She's acting different from the first time we met. Where's her serious attitude now? Oh, well, I met you at that time as an emissary of the Tianquan. But now, I am simply out on a stroll to see the flowers. You came all the way out here to see the flowers? Why not just enjoy the gardens of the city?
True.
Yujing Terrace is where Rex Lapis parted from this world. If I strolled through those lonely gardens now, I wouldn't be able to bear it.
I wonder what race she is because she has horns. And I know there's like elf-looking one or like demi-human kind of ish, where there's like Klee kind of elfish.
Whenever my duties take me near Yujing Terrace these days, I draw the windows to block my view of the gardens.
Oh, sorry. We shouldn't have brought it up.
The Yonu also have like cat ears, so that's I think like different race. So there's a few races here. Like the traveler itself are a different species, but kind of humanoid. Because traveler is technically not like the humans here in the game. Very different.
No, it's quite alright. I just haven't processed my emotions yet. When the Archon War came to its end 2,000 years ago, the first iteration of the Seven would gather in Liyue and drink with Rex Lapis. But 5 of those original 7 had already passed before Rex Lapis.
Oh.
It's truly a changing of the guard.
So there's only 2 left? So the first iteration of the 7, so that means that includes Venti. And then 5 already passed. So only leaves Rex Lapis and Venti, right? Archons. And yeah. So there's only 1 Archon left if Rex Lapis is truly dead.
Yes. Now that the spirit of Rex Lapis has returned to the heavens, only Barbados of Mondstadt remains of the first 7.
Just I thought it's just Venti left.
The other 5, including Inazuma's Raiden Shogun, are no longer the same friends from 2,000 years ago.
Ooh.
Of the current 7 Archons, the youngest is Sumeru's god of Dendro. He is merely 500 years old, whereas Rex Lapis was more than 6,000 years old at the time of his passing. This means that Liyue had been under Rex Lapis's rule from the moment it was first founded 3,700 years ago. The city has never had to bid farewell to its deity.
Yeah, I mean, Venti is also very old. And then in the story, if you played a Venti story, it was explained that he was just like an animal spirit or wisp or something, without like a body. And then, if you didn't know, this is a spoiler. So basically, he has a friend, which is Venti, like the Venti's avatar or like the body. And then, but then that person died, and Barbatos basically went inside him and used the body. Well, that was the wishes of the friend, though. Like, so anyway, I have a video of it in my channel, and just you can look it up, like what happened.
So, what do you think of this farewell?
Huh? This is a little sudden. As a mortal, I've never dared to imagine a Liyue without Rex Lapis. But as an Adeptus, I think I will eventually come to grips with reality. Since Rex Lapis has passed, the time of Liyue's contract with the gods and Adepti has now reached its end.
As a human, but so does that mean that she's like an Adeptus? I mean, but she did say as a human, but then but then here she explained like, but as an Adeptus. So I think she's saying that she is an Adeptus.
Huh? Did you just say as an Adeptus?
This is what I thought.
Yes, I am a mix of human and Qilin. Adeptus blood flows through my veins. I fought for Rex Lapis and the city of Liyue during the Archon War.
Oh, so she's also very old. Like 3,000 something old.
After the war ended, I signed a contract with Rex Lapis and took the position as secretary for the Qixing. I've continued those duties to this very day.
So she's kind of like Venti too, but she's not an Archon. Half killing. Oh, killings are basically, apparently here from what I can see, killings are like, beings that has horns.
Well, let's save that conversation for another day. You say that you are here looking for glaze lilies?
Quite interesting. This is very interesting story.
I also know where wild glaze lilies can be
Ooh.
found. See, I've just picked one myself. Here, you may have it if you wish.
And also Zhongli. Zhongli has to be very old because these are the information that has to be known like many thousands of years ago. It's not something a person would understand, even like who lived for 500 years, because the war itself happened like 3,600 years ago. Because what she just explained, that Liyue was founded in 3,600 something years ago. But that's like the end of the war, most likely. So the war was before that one.
We dare not refuse it.
Oh, so did you sing a song before you picked the lily?
Indeed, I did.
Ooh.
I know this tradition well. In fact, I sang a local Liyue ballad to it.
Wow, so you really know your stuff too. Thanks, Gunyu.
No, it is you who I should be thanking. If not for this chance meeting, I never thought that I would be able to contribute to the upcoming farewell for our ancient lord.
Oh.
If you would excuse me, I should return to my work now. Good luck.
And that just about does it. Our preparations for the rite of parting are mostly finished. Given the ease of picking glaze lilies, I think this was a fitting end to our tasks, in more ways than one.
It's agricultural department.
Yeah, Paimon can already imagine him starting a business in Liyue.
I've had enough ventures in my life already. Beginning a new undertaking is always difficult at first, and requires no small amount of effort. And once business is at full steam, the stress of it all only wears away at you over time.
True.
So you must be careful to take the time to step back and re-examine yourself. If left unchecked, the wear and tear on your heart may go well past mending.
Wow. See? Zhongli sounds like he's already seen it all. Alright, I think it's about time we head back to Liyue Harbor now.
Interesting. Very interesting. There's also some lore thing going on. Like the Qixing are basically horned beings, but it's not like humanoid, sorry. Why do I always say humanoid, and then he's half adaptive, so quite interesting how a full Qixing would look like. Maybe in a Inazuma or Inazami, I forgot the island, but that would be interesting what kind of entities and species live there. Why is there loads of Fatui?
What happened? The city gate is swarming with Millilith and the Fatui?
Ah, you're the consultant to Wengsheng Funeral Parlor. Mr. Zhongli, I presume.
Zhongli, I presume.
The Millilith are watching our every move now. These are desperate times. We mustn't act rashly.
Desperate times?
The Adepti of Joyun Karst are finally on the move.
Foo.
Do they intend to exercise force?
Most likely. I've heard that some members of the Qixing have already gone to meet them. Well, I say meet, but it's more like they're attempting to stall the Adepti outside the city. However, both sides were quite obstinate and hit an impasse.
It seems inevitable, given the current situation.
Drama.
The Adepti do not acknowledge the Qixing. They only acknowledge the contracts of the Geo-Archon. If the two sides come to blows, Liyue Harbor will be in no position to stop them.
Surely the Liyue Qixing are not the sort to give in so easily.
Their boneheadedness is known throughout the lands. Yet it's because of that obstinacy that mortals and Adepti are now on the verge of conflict.
And what now? How is it that the Fatui have come under fire?
That's all Ningguang's doing. She proclaimed that in these tumultuous times, the Millelith must rein in the actions of the Fatui. Only now do they want to start keeping tabs on us? That's the Qixing for you. Anyway, Mr. Zhongli, you're one of Childe's close associates.
Oh.
Please understand that your actions will reflect on us. Don't let anyone catch you off guard.
It looks like
Oh.
things are about to boil over in Liyue Harbor.
Yeah.
Do you intend to use your neutral identity as an intermediary between both sides? Or will you use your sword to turn the balance? Neither path is an easy one.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wangsheng funeral parlor has also been caught up in all of this. They're currently squaring off with the authorities at the gates.
Things are taking a turn for the worse.
It'd be quite interesting if if Zhongli is actually a Fatui. That would be really like a really big plot twist. I know he's an associate, but I mean, if he's actually like what they call this, a member of the Fatui, that would be really interesting. Like how Childe was introduced. At first, it was all, I mean, funny and cool, but I knew he was a snake in one way or another. But it's very cool. So let's see how this goes on. Anyway.
I'm afraid I must leave now to handle things back at Wangsheng funeral parlor. I hope that Master Hu has been able to keep things under control for the moment. Consider your next course of action carefully, traveler. If you're trying to prevent an explosion, it may be wisest to look for the fuse first.
Having connections with the Fatui seems to be quite the double-edged sword.
Yeah.
So what does Zhongli mean by looking for the fuse?
More money, more money than sense. Fuse. Ginger guy. Wait, who's the ginger guy? Oh.
Oh, Paimon gets it. If there's anyone that wants to see the whole city turned upside down, it's definitely him. He must be waiting for the moment when no one is watching to do something really bad. But where could we find him now? Where would he go at a time like
this? Actually, where is he gonna be? Before I'm gonna click this, where do you think he's gonna be? I think he's gonna be in the circle, the one that we saw in the Qixing, I mean Jade Palace. Somewhere there, yes, like.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Oh, interesting. So that's what it is. I've actually been here before. It's where like there's loads of Fatui guys in this area. And my internet is messing up. Like loads of Fatui in this area.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Let's see.
I'll race you there.
Okay, it's not supposed to be like the way. Let's get my main team. Oh, actually, let's put him on. In case we have to fight Childe, I'm sure we have to fight Childe one way or another. Right. Oh. Actually, I've never been here. I've never been here. It's the first time with me coming here. Did that just like open up in the map? Actually, I've never been here. Let's investigate the whole place. Maybe you can get some cool.
Someone needs assistance.
Are they interactables? No, they're not. Golden Palace. Golden House. Ooh. Domain. Let's see if my internet is doing well. Nope. Right. It caught up. And my internet is messing around with me. Yeah, stabilize. Anyway. I trust that it's gonna stabilize. So I think this is where we fight Childe. Oh, there's someone.
Wow! This is the Golden House?
Cool.
It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was even fancier on the inside?
Yeah.
And so full
Full
of
of Mora.
Mora.
Oh, Golden House is where the gold are, and it's where I think the Moras are placed.
This is where all of Tibet's
Yeah,
Mora
yeah.
is minted, right?
Yeah.
In that case, maybe they won't notice if a few Mora go missing.
That's a few more and we're done for.
Oh, so it's a trap! Tricky, tricky. Good
Tricky,
thing
tricky,
Paimon's got you here. But even if we can't take any, we can still have a closer look, right? Or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora. It's like a dream come true.
My stream was dying. Anyway. Should be back.
It's quiet. Too quiet. Surely someone's gotta be guarding something as important as the Exuvia. Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Paimon smells trouble. Quick! We have to go make sure that the Exuvia is alright.
The dragon. I hope the recording of the stream, I mean, everything is working well because I'm not locally recording it and my computer can't seem to handle it whilst doing a stream and recording at the same time, so I hope everything works well.
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you already seen enough trouble for today?
Huh?
Child, our target.
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way.
Oh, it looks like I was in time.
Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able to effortlessly find this secret location, don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be wasted effort? Stopping the Mora Mints, hiding away the Exuvia. The Qixing are really pulling out all the stops this time.
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
Yep.
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see the will of the Tsaritsa fulfilled.
Tsaritsa.
She will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's nothing you can do to stop me anyway.
By the way, if you didn't know, there's a lot of foreshadowing of who the Tsaritsa is in the story. A lot of it And then if you, I won't spoil it, but you can work it out and you'll know who it is.
The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with. But I'm willing to do as the Tsaritsa deems fit. Either way, we now come to my favorite part. A simple pleasure, and one that I am oh so delighted to be sharing with you.
You gonna fight me, bro.
The battle.
Battle? So you're the type that goes looking for trouble, huh?
Alright, I hope my stream's going back to normal. It's so annoying. OBS. For some reason, my OBS just suddenly stops working even though internet is stable.
Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She wouldn't want the knights to come running towards the sound of battle now, would she? When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequences of her actions. But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a harbinger lies in crossing blades with strong opponents.
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen again!
Ever happen again. Oh, cute high-pitched voice.
So you intend to fight me? Good. I won't kill you, Traveler. I'll just play along, to feel the thrill of battle. Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, try to relish the fight anyway, because if you ask me, without that, what else is there?
Oh no, stream, come back online. Wait, I have some technical problems with stream. I'm thinking if I should well, oh well. I think it's trying to stable right now. Could never defeat you. You're completely delusional.
Fighting talk, I love it. Now let's see you live up to it.
Come on, let's beat his ass.
This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with a Fatui harbinger. So come now,
do a lot of damage
use
to
me,
this guy.
and don't you dare disappoint.
Ow, that hurts. Wow! Wow. That guy hurts. Hits like a truck. Quite surprised with the damage output that he just did. What the heck? Like seriously, like really damn high. It's like one hit me with an ult.
Not bad, not bad.
Oh, I also do a lot of damage.
Passable effort.
Oh, what's happening?
You're wide open.
Ah, run!
You've made some progress.
He's gonna... Oh,
Yes, I should.
he's gonna transform.
Good. No wonder Senora was so wary of you.
It looks like those Persona
That
characters.
just means I can go all
Ah!
out. Brace yourself.
Oh, he turns
This
to
is
lightning.
about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do
It's
against
so
my
cool.
Harbinger.
It is so cool. This fight is just so cool.
My turn.
Actually, his character is just really cool. He's not like... He has two elements. That's just really like... Oh, he's like... I mean like, the Traveler. Because the Traveler can change to Geo. Which is very unusual for other characters in the game to be able to have two elements of vision. If you follow the law and everything. No, wrong character. But I do a lot of damage with Fischl. Ah!
This realm is no
Oh, what the heck?
access.
Let's revive Fischl. 3 seconds. Revive her right now.
No use hiding back
Nope,
there.
don't do that.
Someone needs assistance.
I'll crush you.
Alright, good. You can tank, it's fine. And Noel's a big alpha tank. Ooh.
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get.
Zhongli's gonna... Oh, I thought Zhongli's gonna interrupt. He is actually.
Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia.
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected.
Oh,
Well then, I'll be taking Morax's gnosis now.
nothing. He got fooled by
Well, this is most unexpected.
Ningguang.
You beat me to it, didn't you?
I'm sure Ningguang has it. Oh no. Oh, what the heck? He's so cool. Even though he's the enemy. This. Damn. He's like a Kamen Rider.
This is going to cost you!
Now he sounds like a Fatui. So cute. Wow, this game is just really damn cool. Right.
You got to the gnosis ahead of me, didn't you?
No.
Simply move faster, or did you leak the information regarding the golden house to Morax?
Ningguang has it for sure. Ningguang is so smart. He knows that the Gnosis is gonna be taken away. Or Zhongli has it. Because he's one step away from one step away from like ahead of them, because maybe he basically keeping your friends close but your enemies closer kind of thing. Maybe, I'm just assuming, but I really love the story of how things are going. And this guy's 2 elements. Oh, it's like Andreas, the Wolf Dominator, 2 element too. I think it's like ice and what they call this? Wind. Because I know he can't be damaged by wind. Or is it water? I don't know which one, but something like that. Alright, that hurts.
Die.
Right.
Steady as
Shield. Yo, Ningguang, 1 hit. Ah! Whoa, chill dude, chill, dude, you hurt.
I missed a spot.
Oh, this is only like what? Story mode? Ah! Wow!
You.
Imagine like playing this in weekly boss setting. Oh, this is so damn cool. Run! No, what are you doing? Oh, run out of... I need to conserve my... need to conserve my, what they call this, stamina, because for some reason... Ow! Alright, he's dead. look at Traveler, he's like smiling.
Look! Childe's back to normal again!
Well then, time to cool off. It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. I lacked the opportunity to think this through.
Oh no, he
And now
fucked
that
up.
I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you!
Paimon, stop giving him information!
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me,
How could that be?
how could that be?
Enough talk. How about you? Guess I'm collecting that pass.
You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eyes.
Because he's strong as fuck already. He's from another realm.
But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend. Even if our friendship can only be shown in battle against one another.
He's those rival type people.
Pretty sure
Competitive.
that's not the normal way to make friends.
Paimon.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. My quest still beckons.
My quest still beckons.
Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never in the Exuvia to begin with. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion of sorts.
Ooh.
What? So you mean that...
Rex
Yes,
Lapis.
it appears
Still
so.
live.
Interesting to say the least.
Zhongli.
It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the boundaries of contracts. As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
backup plan?
I thought like remember I told you like Zhongli is like associate with the Fatui, so he's basically keeping his enemies closer, so he can follow up with what they're up to and keep an eye on them. He's very smart.
I had hoped it would never come to this. I absolutely detest working with those who are weaker than I. The truth is, the world belongs to those of us who desire to become strong. I seldom willingly mingle with any dull and boring weaklings who think
Oh,
otherwise.
he's showing his true personality.
Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables sometime.
True. Very true.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone forest.
Oh no, it's where basically Guyon's Stone Forest was where the fight against Archons happened.
A god?
Osial, Overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the
Yeah.
Geo-Archon in the Archon War.
Yeah.
And who has remained pinned beneath the waves by the Geo-Archon's stone spears ever since.
Yeah. This is what happened. The Vortex, I think it's a water boss, maybe? Most likely?
If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, defenseless without the protection of its deity, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
No, he wouldn't.
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by the Seven?
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Oh, it's the sigil permissions.
Hey, those are sigils of permission! Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geo-Archon spears for a time should be no obstacle. Using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely against my principles. But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that makes matters a little more intriguing.
Very interesting. Cool, actually. This is gonna be a really big manta ray kind of enemy.
Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on?
Wow, this is very interesting.
Paimon's exhausted.
It's like a kraken with a whale, orca killer whale, looking tentacles.
If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't have known which way to go. Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea? It hasn't destroyed Liyue yet, has it?
What are you doing here?
No.
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Qixing. Is the fighting over?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Mooncarver.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Liyue? Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy, even from all the way out here.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? Now that's scary. So will the power of the Qixing, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
Obviously, Rex Lapis, Zhongli
We've
Bei
already
is gonna be
discussed
here.
this together, and our conclusion is not necessarily.
What? But all of you are supposed to be the guardians of Liyue. Can't you think of something?
One certainly could. The Qixing did once research the...
Sorry guys, I don't know, OBS is really being weird, like, I have no idea what's wrong with my OBS, but the bitrate just randomly goes down even though I'm doing nothing. I don't know what's wrong. Anyway, hope it doesn't die.
And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong ballista with one's own hands is here. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now.
Oh.
Yep.
Ningguang Bay. Right, my time to shine, I guess.
Three Adepti are manning the Guizhong ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced the god in several millennia. Let one see what you are made of then. What strength remains within you? One wishes to witness.
Dead. Where's the other guy? Ah!
Leave it up to me.
Be a killjoy. We've only just begun.
He's dead. These guys can't turn the fire armor because it's raining. They die soon. Nope, it's wet. Nope. Oh. Oh no. Let's kill this animal guy first. Oh no, don't. Ow.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
What was that?
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
Ow!
Is no home for a princess.
That hurts.
How daring.
Just said like, remember not to get hit, and I got hit by it.
Every last one.
Come on, do your work. Oh no, I'm attacking the wrong group. Ah, that hurts. Granny is here to help.
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is gentle energy. That light from your body. It's like a tiny giant cars. Wow, it's got a pink shockwave. This Granny's really strong.
Yeah, Granny's really strong. Hey!
I must leave no stone unturned.
There's another one. Alright.
This is it.
With the blood of the Qixing, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
Wow.
So this is what Ganya's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
What do we do? Am I supposed to just avoid these guys? I mean the water bomb thing? But this is really cool though. This is a really good boss fight slash story. Really good.
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
Ooh.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Right. Huge traveler.
This is it. This isn't good.
No, what are you doing?
Look at me.
Right, we're gonna ult. Oh, that killed him.
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Here to play with.
Nearly there. Scream, don't die too. You're being annoying. Run. Other side. Oh. Nice. Middle. Get stuck. More.
Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
Right. Go to that one.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
Wow. Wow. My god, that's like...
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Oh no, it's doing a Bijou bomb. Really big ones here. Wow, that's a lot of water bomb. Oh no, the voice acting. It's even worse than the water bomb.
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
The
What
Guizhong
do you mean,
Ballista.
Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
Oh.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Wait, does that mean that Ningguang's gonna... Oh, it's the Jade Palace Garden. It's gonna break. Wow. Quite interesting. Zhongli didn't reveal his identity. It's good.
Whenever you need
Wait,
me,
I'm still here?
I'll be there.
Oh. What was that? That was a really epic fight. That's so good.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Mm-hmm.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue Qixing.
Sorry, I have to laugh because the angle of this one is just like directed at the boobs as the foreground. Questionable angles again. It's like the one for Mona. It's so funny.
Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue, operation and sack.
Very businesswoman-like. She has gone back to her motives and trying to like get some advantage over the situation.
Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
Oh?
Oh.
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700 years ago.
Yeah.
Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small feat. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within it.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
Imagine Zhongli just like, hey, by the way, I'm Rex Lapis. That'd be really funny.
In the dream, I yearn to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I awoke.
Oh, Ningguang.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
When there is discord between the Guardians and those they were meant to defend, harmony becomes very difficult to restore.
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing good would come of it.
This is what we learn in the freedom at the City of Freedom.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why not see for yourselves?
Madame Ping's the one, because she's an Adepti and lives in the city.
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
I was really expecting Zhongli to be like, hi guys, I'm Rex Lapis.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millilith. I have come to extend my thanks to the Adepti. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as badly battered as I feared we might be. Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the illuminated Adepti this day.
Chalk Pikachu face.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big monster?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millilith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. Everyone was there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and loads of things the harbor's so pretty. Thanks for protecting. Please come visit us for the next lantern rite.
My granny also sells them, or my father. As a very like Liyue resident, like business oriented, like come please come visit us for the next lantern ride. You can buy it at this place, see if you wish.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, email.
Oh, okay. It must be hard being an Adeptus. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection, but it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter.
Oh no, my stream! Right. I don't know, but I seem to have some packet issues with this stream. Going on and off.
Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
They've listened to what the people have said.
Let us return now.
Let us return now. Let me go back to my Wangshu Inn.
Eager to leave, Conqueror of Demons.
Email.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed much after our long separation. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition. Fair enough. Away we shall, and return whence we came.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view, that is still a thing to be guarded against.
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh? Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but we're forgetting one thing.
Zhongli, come on.
Childe wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis out. But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own. So Rex Lapis never showed up.
No, actually Rex Lapis will be the old lady, so it's Madame Ping. Right? Remember the perfume thing? An old lady?
Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death too?
Yeah.
Hyman doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adepti-less rite of parting that we're organizing?
Yeah.
No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
So my theory would be either Madame Ping, because from the incense, the perfume that we did last patch was for 3 types of ladies. Apparently it's an old lady, right?
Someone needs assistance.
Madame Ping, and then Madame Ping's the one who actually like understand the people. Maybe. Oh, there's a viewpoint. Maybe. Then maybe it's also Zhongli. I don't know. But either.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangshen Funeral Parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
I think it's gonna be Zhongli because he's very smart. I think he's making like certain association, not association, like certain relationship with Fatui so that he will know what they're up to.
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this could only mean more trouble. We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
And then, let's say, another Fury will be Madame Ping is Rex Lapis, because from what we found last time. And then Zhongli is actually from the Fatui. That'd be really mental storytelling. I would really enjoy that kind of storytelling. Ah, I hate when you talk to me.
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Childe. And you're also one of the Harbingers?
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Awkward, yeah.
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally.
Signora's outfit's just really good. Like, her design is just so cool.
Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real deceivers here are Signora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
Okay, confirms it. Zhongli's Zhongli is basically the god of Archon of Geo Archon.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
His voice is just really so good.
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the Lord of Geo? No, wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
Because they made a contract.
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you, and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky, and all of Liyue goes into
Splat, this big dragon fall in the sky. Fall from the sky. So funny.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see, am I right?
What?
Oh, he's testing everyone.
Perhaps it's best that I explain.
He's like testing his own people kind of thing, and...
As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. I witnessed the founding of Liyue, together with the Adepti 3,700 years ago. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
Oh.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer. So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Childe, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. Indeed I was. The gnosis which I had kept for so many years suddenly seemed to have lost its meaning. That's right, which is why I continued to safeguard the gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course, and it would have been all too easy for him too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
I was pleasantly surprised with the finale of the show that you all put on. Why, you even deserved an encore.
Deserve an encore.
The Adepti deserve the greatest applause, considering their years of seclusion. They hardly recognized the city, yet faced with such a crisis, they exerted the greatest amount of restraint.
Yeah.
Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even tried to understand the heart of the people. And hats off to the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract, Signora. She managed to keep everything she knew in strict confidence, far from the eavesdropping ears of her colleague Childe, just as I had requested.
It's so funny.
All the while, I carried on as Zhongli, and fulfilled the traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for walking that path with me, traveler. These things were all a part of my script. The only unforeseen plot twist was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing.
Oh, this I thought like, my theory wasn't far too off. Like I said, like he's like keeping his enemy closer, kind of thing. But I didn't know that he's the one making the script out of it. So yeah.
I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything.
Senor Bay.
If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo Archon, Leo, would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Hey, haven't you learned the Leo is saying, don't always call it as you see it?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapolyarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa.
Tsaritsa.
Come, child.
Ah, fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Oh, this is very interesting. The whole story is just so good. Then Senor just like walks off
Now
like
then,
that.
Is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Yeah.
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a Gnosis.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Yeah. Whatever you want to trade. May it be no value to someone or something of high value to someone. Same for like antiques. Most of them don't really have value unless you put value to it because it's old or it's worn by someone famous that used to be famous or something.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
I think what Zhongli is trying to accomplish is stop harassing Liu Wei by giving up his Gnosis. He secured a deal from Fatui not to attack Liu Wei as he steps down as the what do you call this, ruler or the god basically. The story is just really so good. Really, I mean, it's so good. So that's it for today, and I hope you enjoy my stream, and I'll see you again in the next stream when I continue on with this one. So